The Steducentre 2015 Grade 6 A&A Exam Review, Maths. Part 2. Question 6. Fill in the missing number in the given number sequence. 95.5, 95.7, 95.9, space 96.3. Number patterns have a relationship with each other, something in common that works for the whole pattern. In this case, the pattern is increasing by 0.2. So your correct answer is 96.1. Question 7. Write down the given numbers from the biggest to the smallest. You have 123.03, 123.3, and 123.33. From the biggest to the smallest, it is 123.33, 123.3, 123.03. Which prime number is between 23 and 31? A prime number is a whole number which can only be divided by itself and 1. A prime number must have exactly 2 factors. For question 8, my answer is 29. In the diagram, we see prime numbers from 1 to 100. There are not that many. So after 2, there are no even numbers that can be a prime number because they can all be divided by 2. If you look at 5, 15, 25, 35, you will see that those are all multiples of 5. 5 is a prime number, but the rest of those will not be prime numbers. And in between 23 and 31, 29 is your prime number. Half of the 20 blocks in the diagram below have been shaded. Write down the shaded part of the diagram as a 9.1 common fraction, 9.2 decimal fraction, 9.3 percentage. A decimal is any number shown with a decimal point, a number based upon tenths or hundredths. A fraction is one or more of the equal parts of a whole, a number usually expressed in the form A over B. A percent. The word percent comes from Latin and means for each 100 or per 100. We've also included a fraction table. So 1 over 10 is the same as 0.1, which is the same as 1 out of 10 blocks, which is the same as 10 over 100, which is the same as 10%. 5 over 10 is the same as 0.5 decimals, or 5 of the 10 blocks, or 50 over 100, or 50%. So 9.1 is 1 over 2, the common fraction. 9.2 is 0.5, the decimal fraction, and 9.3 is 50%, the percentage. 643,189 plus 12,387 plus 4,230 is equal to. It works best if you put the numbers one after the other and align the place values. So 9 plus 7 plus 0 is 16. Put down the 6, carry the 1. 8 plus 8 plus 3 is equal to 19, plus the 1 you carried gives you 20. Put down the 0, carry the 2. 1 plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 6, plus the 2 you carried is equal to 8. Put down your 8. 3 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 9. Put down your 9. 4 plus 1 plus 0 is equal to 5. Put down your 5. And 6 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 6. So the answer is 659,806. 976,453 minus 68,397. 976,453 minus 68,397 will give you 908,056. You'll say 3 minus 7, you can't, so you borrow 10. It becomes 13 minus 7, which is 6. 4 minus 9, you can't, so you borrow 10. It becomes 14 minus 9. It's going to give you 5. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 8, you can't, so you borrow. So 16 minus 8 is 8. 6 minus 6 is 0. And 9 minus 0 is 9. 6,907 times 28. It is really important to know your times tables. So your 2 times table is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And your 8 times table is 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and 80. Write it down if you don't know them. So, in our sum, 8 times 7 is 56. You write down the 6 and carry the 5. 8 times 0 is 0 plus the 5. You write down your 5. 8 times 9 is equal to 72. You write down the 2, carry the 7. 8 times 6 is equal to 48. Plus the 7 you carried will give you 55. You can write it down. Then you need to add your 0 for the tens place. 2 times 7 is 14. Write down the 4, carry 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus the 1 that you carried is equal to 1. You write down the 1. 2 times 9 is equal to 18. You write down the 8, carry the 1. 2 times 6 is equal to 12 plus the 1 you carried will give you 13. And then you add the numbers together. 55,256 plus 138,140 will give you 193,396. 10.4. 7.4 plus 0.82. When working with decimals, always make sure that they are aligned in order to do your calculations correct. So 7.4 plus 0.82 is equal to 8.22. 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. 4 plus 8 is equal to 12. You put down the 2, carry the 1. Then you must make sure that the decimals are in the right place. 1 plus 0 plus 1 that was carried will give you 8. 7 and 3 over 5 plus 4 and 4 over 5. A fraction is part of a whole. The top number, the numerator, says how many parts we have. The bottom number, the denominator, says how many parts the whole is. You can have mixed or improper fractions. When you look at a mixed fraction, it will have numbers and a fraction. And an improper fraction will have a numerator that's greater than its denominator. Because the denominators are the same, you can add the numbers for the fractions. So you could do it and say 7 plus 4 is equal to 11, and 3 over 5 plus 4 over 5 is equal to 7 over 5. Therefore, your answer will be 12 and 2 over 5. Or you could convert it into an improper fraction, which means you will have 38 over 5 plus 24 over 5, which is equal to 62 over 5. And when you simplify that, you will end up with 12 and 2 over 5. 10.6. 4 and 4 over 11 minus 2 and 7 over 11. You could, 1, convert it into an improper fraction, and you will have 48 over 11 minus 29 over 11, which will give you 19 over 11, which when simplified is 1 and 8 over 11. Or you could say 4 and 4 over 11 minus 2 and 7 over 11. If you look at the fractions, you cannot subtract 4 minus 7, so you could borrow. Borrowing means that you will add 11 over 11 to the 4 over 11, so you'll end up with 15 over 11. 3 and 15 over 11 minus 2 and 7 over 11 will then give you 1 and 8 over 11. 10.7. What is 3/4 of 120? 3/4 of 120 is equal to 360 divided by 4, which is equal to 90. Question 11. Calculate 9,136 divided by 43. Calculate 9,136 divided by 43. So, 43 goes into 91 twice. 2 times 43 is 86. 91 minus the 86 gives you the 5. Bring down the 3. 43 goes into 53 once. 1 times 43 is 43. 53 minus 43 is going to give you 10. Bring down your 6. 43 goes into 106 twice. 2 times 43 is equal to 86. 106 minus 86 is 20. So your answer is 212, remainder 20. Ms. Pongo has a bag with 482 beads. She shares the beads equally amongst the 36 learners in her class. 12.1. How many beads does each learner get? 12.2. How many beads will be left over? 482 divided by 36 will give you 13. And what you will have left is 14. So the number of beads that each learner will get is 13, and the number of beads that will be left over is 14. Tabo works for 7 days and Sam works for 5 days at the same rate per day. Together they are paid 1,440. How much money should Tabo get if the money is shared according to the number of days that each worked? You will take the total that they are paid and divide by the total number of days. So 1,440 divided by 12 to give you your daily rate times the number of days that were worked. So Tabo worked 7 days. So 120 daily rate times the 7 days will give you 840. How many small triangles will there be in the next diagram if the diagram pattern is continued? Number patterns have a relationship with each other, something in common that works for the whole pattern. In this case, the pattern is 1, 4, 9. So the next number will be 16. We are getting the squares. Complete the flow diagram by filling in the missing numbers for 15.1 and 15.2. You have an input, a rule, and an output. Input is 9 divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. 21 divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 15.1. What's the answer? 36 divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 17. And then 15.2. What divided by 3 plus 5 is going to give you 21. It is important to remember when doing input and output diagrams that BODMAS does not apply. Instead, we follow the rules provided. For 15.1, 21 divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 12. And for 15.2, you need to work backwards in order to be able to identify the input of 48. So x divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 21. X divided by 3 is equal to 21 minus 5, which is 16. X is equal to 16 times 3, so x is equal to 48. If you do it from the other way around, 48 divided by 3 plus 5 must equal to your output of 21. Look at the dot patterns and complete the table if the dot continues. Pattern 1 has 5, pattern 2 has 8, pattern 3 has 11. What is the answer for 6 and then 47? Where 6 is the number in the pattern and 47 is the number of dots. To look at the whole spectrum, you can see that the numbers on the top will increase by 1 each time. The numbers at the bottom will increase by 3 each time. So when you get to the 6th number in the pattern, your answer at the bottom will be 20. When you get to the 15th number, your answer will be 47. You could use the TN formula to find out how to do it quite quickly. Your TN formula is equal to TN is equal to n minus 1 times D plus 5. In this case, our rule was times 3 plus 2. The missing number of dots was 20 and the missing number in the pattern was 15. Complete the given number sequence 729, 243, 81, 27. You will see that the difference between the first and second is not equal. In this case, the first number is divided by 3 to get to the next number. The next number is divided by 3 to get to the next number. So 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9. That is the missing number in your sequence. From which side did Vusi take the photograph shown here? Is it from the left side, the top side, or the front side? It is important to be able to see something in terms of its 3D views, from its front view, its side view, as well as its overhead view. The picture was taken from the front view. Thank you for watching the Steducentre, turning ordinary learners into extraordinary leaders.